Hi, hello, what is up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If I have never had the honor and privilege of meeting you, my name is My Unique. You may know me as Instagram for Believers, which is always another topic for another time. But I am so glad you are watching this video today. Be sure to subscribe for more videos to come. But for today's video, I want us to talk to the person going through a season of transition. I honestly have been in a pretty similar season, and I have been sitting with the Lord, wrestling with the Lord, just asking a lot of questions, trying to figure this all out. And so if you have followed me for any amount of time, you would know that I am just in a season from being a newlywed to being in the middle of a career change slash life transition, aka my own personal midlife life crisis, to just even living with a man for the first time in my life. Guys, I have lived with my mom or like my siblings, my family, my entire life. And so at 32, living with a man for the first time is quite interesting, if I must say so myself. So I myself am learning how to navigate the unknown seasons of my life. And I have just been like, okay, God, I want to encourage someone that's in a similar season, because through the season, I feel very alone. I am not going to lie. I feel like I am the only one going through what I'm going through, and I'm just at a loss for words. And so I've been sitting with the Lord of just wanting to, again, just encourage someone who may be in the similar season, because it's hard. Walking through the unknown with the Lord is one of the hardest things I think some of us go through. And it has shown me a lot about myself and about my own character. But also, I've been sitting with the Lord and learning more about His character, which I am so grateful for. Which brings me to my first encouragement, is that God stays consistent when the world around you isn't. The Bible tells us in Hebrews 13 that God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. And so if you're in a weird season of transition, just know that God is staying the same. He's going to love you the same. He's going to see you through, just as He did in a previous season. Like, God stays the same. And I think that is something that I have forgotten, because as I have been in this season of transition, every last thing around me has changed. My relationships have changed. The direction and course of my life, or the way that I thought it was going to go, has changed. I can't even explain how much change is happening. And I don't know about you, but when too much change happens, it makes me I get overstimulated. And so something that has been a constant reminder for me is knowing that it is the Lord who is staying the same. My friendships have been changing. My relationship with my family has been changing. My relationship with my jobs have changed. Like, everything has changed around me. But I am encouraged, because I know that when all of these things are changing around me, God's character doesn't. God is still Jehovah Jireh, your provider. God is still the one who is your peace. He is still the one who is present in your life, and that's something that I think that we can cling to in this season. I personally have been, whenever I go through hard seasons, I find myself journaling more. And so I honestly have been practicing a lot more stillness in this season, where I'm not just reading my Bible, when I get up. I think we as believers make so much routine of things that it's a routine to oh, I need to read my Bible today. But I have found myself shutting off my phone at 5 o'clock. Like, I just want to read my Bible. Like, I have this spare time, I'm just going to read my word. And so it has been something that has been helping me just have more rhythms in knowing who God is to me in this season, and what it is that I need to get. And so it has helped me tremendously. And so if you're again in a similar season, I would encourage you just to sit with the Lord and be reminded that He is the one who is staying the same throughout all of the chaos you may be feeling around you. Second thing, give yourself grace to grow. Give yourself grace to grow through this season. So when I started experiencing all of these massive changes in my life, which honestly has only been in the last month, maybe the last 2 months, but I had crashed out, because I am 32 years old, And I had this weird crash out because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm 32 years old. I don't have a stable job. I just got married. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I don't know what it is God is calling me to. And to be honest, we live in a world that sets the standard for you. AKA, growing up, it was like if you didn't have a your job, if you didn't have a career, if you didn't have a family by 30, like you were considered on the low end of things. And so because I think I grew up with that mindset, I started freaking out because I'm like, how do you start over in your 30s? What the heck does this even look like? Like I must be a loser. Like I started processing all of these thoughts that led me to this massive crash out where I was like, I literally felt like I was losing my mind. I kid you not. I felt like I was losing my mind because I was like, bro, I was 32 and not even making 10K a year, like an annual salary. Like, what is going on, God? Like, most people my age are making six figures. Like, I just had all of these just epiphanies about my life and how I got here, and I just couldn't believe it. And so I would encourage you, again, your situation is probably so different from mine, but give yourself grace to grow. 2 Corinthians chapter 12 verse 9, it says, "But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you. My power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, I will boast all the more gladly about my weakness, so that Christ's power may rest on me." You don't have to have it all figured out. You just need to trust the one who has it figured out. You just need to trust God. And I think we get so caught up in everything else around us that we forget, I just need to trust God. I just need to trust that my maker has this under control. I just need to trust that God is in control so I don't have to be. It is okay. Growth is going to take time. All of these things you're navigating and feeling like, it's going to take time. For some people, it happens overnight. Praise God for that. But for a lot of us, for me, I had to learn to give myself grace. I had to learn, God, what is it that you want for my life versus the standards that I've taken on from the world? Give yourself time to work through these things. Sit with the Lord. Ask him questions. He's not afraid of your questions. But give yourself grace because you do not have to have it all together. The next point I want to make or give is that you need to be pursuing God's presence, not just his plan. I have made this mistake where I am so focused on, God, what's next? God, what do you want me doing right now? God, I was so focused on all of these things that I forgot my number one task in life, the thing that should take priority over everything else, is sitting in the presence of God. Just sitting with him. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't need to, oh my gosh, I need to check this off. Learn how to find quiet moments with the Lord. I have found that going on walks is very calming for this season of transition that I'm in. And I've been going on walks by myself because I just want to focus on being in the presence of the Lord. The presence of the Lord isn't only when you go to a church, when you're sitting in a service, when, people often mistake, where God's presence is for these big, service moments. And God's presence is with us everywhere we go. He's in those still, quiet moments. Like, God's presence is everywhere if you would just open your eyes. So instead of being so frantic, trying to figure out what's next, trying to get here, there, and everywhere, just get in his presence. I don't care whether that's 10 minutes or an hour or 3 hours, whatever you need to do, make time for his presence, because you don't need all of the answers to move forward. Sometimes all you need is to know that God is with you. And when you're in the presence of the Lord, I'm telling you, it will trump every other feeling that you're feeling. just to feel his presence, just to focus on him. In Exodus chapter 33, verse 14, it says, "And the Lord replied, my presence will go with you, and I will give you rest." When we're in seasons of transition and it's chaotic, the last thing we probably have is rest. I know I've been struggling with rest, truthfully. But there is nothing like resting in the presence of the Lord. Next point. Let go to make room. There are a lot of things that I have had to release in this season. Things that have kind of shaped my identity and who people know me as, even who people have seen me as, to my comfort zone. Like, the list goes on and on and on. But surrender isn't the end. It is the soil where new things are allowed to grow. And so when we allow these things to take root and start to grow, it is going to make all of the difference. Honestly, I just transitioned. There's a lot of transition going on, but I've just transitioned from being a daughter, still a daughter, to being a now wife and having my own household to take care of. I have transitioned from being on pastoral staff at a church to now just attending a church. Like, I am in such a weird season of massive, like, here. And it honestly has been driving me crazy. I was telling my husband the other day, it's weird for me to go to a church and not be on staff. Like, I have been on a church staff, different churches, but I have been on church staff for the last 12 years of my life. So for the last 12 years, I have been known as Pastor My Unique or Minister My Unique. Like, I have been on staff for 12 years. So one of the hardest transitions is surrendering the titles and just being who God created me to be. We have been visiting churches because we're currently looking for a church home. And I was telling my husband, one of the weirdest things, and I think a little bit it is honestly just like my pride and ego, just a little bit, but it's so weird for me to go to a church and people not know me and not know my story. It has been honestly weird and yet very humbling. There's a part of me that's like, oh, this is nice. I don't have any responsibility. I can just sit and receive. Like, like, it's weird, but then it's like, I kind of don't like this. It's a transition. It's something I'm learning, but I'm learning to find these sweet pockets and little moments where God is just reminding me, like, my unique, it's okay. It's going to take you time to get used to these things, but it's also okay for you to, again, like I said earlier, it's okay for you to receive in this season instead of always pouring out. It's okay for you to be hidden in this season instead of always being on the forefront of people seeing you. Like, there's just so many things that the Lord has been quietly just allowing me to slowly release so that he can make room for what's coming. I don't know what's coming next. Guys, I'm a month and a half, 2 months out. I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know what God is doing. It's a little like stressful and overstimulating for my brain because I like to have it all together. But in this season, God is just like, no, I just need you to sit still. I don't need you to figure it out. I don't need you to plan. I just need you to sit. Isaiah chapter 43, verses 18 through 19, it says, "Forget the former things. Don't dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland." I am doing a new thing. God never wastes a season. He doesn't waste our transitions. I have been reminded just even recently the story of Joseph, and it has been kind of pivotal for me in this particular season. But Joseph, I mean, there was a season where he was in the pit. He literally probably thought his life was over. This is where he's going to die. This is where he's going to end. He was in the pit, but that pit was preparation for the promise. That pit was preparation for him to be in the palace. God does not waste our season of transition. God wastes nothing. But we have to have trust and faith that God is doing a new thing, that he's going to go with us. He's going before us. It's hard to see it in the moment. Trust me, I'm there right now. But then when I read stories like I do in the Bible where it's talking about like Joseph, I'm just like, man, God, you have never failed and you are not going to start with me. Let go to make room. Last, which again ties into the same thing that I just talked about, is that your transition will not be wasted. Isaiah chapter 40 verse 31 says, "But those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagle. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." So for the person in a weird transitional season, may I encourage you that God has not forgotten about you. Your transition isn't punishment, it's preparation. You are being made new. You're being made into the person that God has always created you to be. It's hard, but again, worth it. I wish I had more answers for people, even for myself. Again, I have been really wrestling with the Lord with this, but thank God I can go before him and lay out all of these burdens. Thank God I can go before him and say, God, I'm really struggling to trust you right now. Thank God for things like therapy that I've been working with my therapist just to sit in this space. And so praise God for the season that you're in, because you have no idea, I have no idea how this next season is going to set us up for what is coming. What is it that God is calling you to let go of? What is it that you're learning in this season of transition? I would encourage you to maybe grab a journal, sit with the Lord, put some worship music on, and just be honest and just be real. That's the things that I'm learning in this season, and I hope it encourages you. I'm going to share more real, vulnerable, raw moments as I go along, I promise. But I just wanted you to sit with that for a while, because I know what it's like. If this message has encouraged you, I would encourage you to share it with someone else. Be sure to subscribe for more content that's coming. This is more of, I don't know what to call it. It's like an encouragement or something for the podcast, for you. And so I'm praying over you. I'm praying for you. If you need someone to talk to, or is there anything that I could be of assistance to you, you can connect with me on Instagram at myuniqueinez. I love you guys, and I will see you next time.